You suck.
It's like he doesn't even care about the league anymore.
Boo.
He's completely checked out.
Loser.
He's not even here anymore. He hasn't made a single video all year. Not done yet, boys. Not done yet. Welcome back, League. We are here. We made it to the end of the year. We're in the playoff recap, prediction, whatever you want to call this, whatever this is going to be. What we're going to do here is we're going to look at the individual teams, their strengths, what makes them a good team, and then look at their matchups going forward. And then I'm going to predict our next league champion. So enough talking about this. Let's go ahead and dive into our team recaps. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our first team review. And of course, we got to start with our regular season champion, Sam. So Sam, it's obvious right out the gate why your team finished number one in the league. You have the number one wide receiver and the number two wide receiver in Jefferson and Hill. You got Josh Allen, third in the league for points. You have Tony Pollard, the handcuff for Ezekiel Elliott, finishing in seventh. And you got Mike Williams, who on any given Sunday can put up some massive points for you. But my question I gotta ask you, Sam. The league has been around for quite a while now, and you have yet to stand on top of the mountain and claim the title as champion. Will this be the year you finally get to silence the haters in the league? Or will it be another year you are the bridesmaid and not the bride? Next up, we're going to review Cam's team. Arby's, we have the meat, lives up to the title of his team name once again, as he managed to secure Henry and Chubb, which he carried away to victory for most of the year, and Jamal Williams being the surprise breakout touchdown scoring machine for that explosive Detroit Lions offense? Question mark. And you also get some good production out of your wide receivers this year with Olivier and Higgins. You have made a team that is built to run all over the competition. The league heel is back again for another shot at being crowned the champion of the league. Will he be able to win it again and reclaim his title and let his tyranny reign for another year? Or will he be like all the heels in the past and fall just short of his goals? Next up, we'll go ahead and review Paul's team. Damn you, Paul, for knocking me out of the playoffs. I was so close. But let's face it, I would have been screwed this week anyways, with Taylor going to IR and Hurts being more likely doubtful for the game on Saturday. So, better you than me going forward anyways. You finished the league as the second highest scorer and instilled fear into those who are in the playoffs. People were begging me to beat you just to knock you out of the playoffs before we even got in. But you beat me back-to-back, so cheers to you. The emergence of Justin Fields running for his life is doing you wonders. Eckler, Mr. Touchdown Man himself, just keeps scoring touchdowns in that Chargers offense. And also you got Waddle waddling his way to a Penguin touchdown almost every single week. And who can forget about the most consistent, prolific tight end in the league, Travis Kelce, who is just outscoring everyone in anything that comes his way. Will you be able to ride this momentum as the most feared man and team going throughout the playoff to reclaim a championship? Or are you doomed to be banished back to quarantine? And the last person remaining in the playoffs is Kevin, the reigning, the defending, the undisputed champion of our league. How the hell are you here? Okay, let's say this. You're riding an impressive Jaguars offense throughout the entire year to be here. You got Trevor Lawrence, who's having his sophomore leap coming into being a good quarterback this year. Zay Jones balling out last week. Kittle being a top 5 tight end as well. But let's also talk about your entire team as well. We're looking at consistency here. Your entire team, every single player, is within the top 25 of their respected positions. So consistency is a clear reason why you're here and why you are a defending champion. Will you be able to retain your title and continue to be the ruler of the league and be the underdog story of the century, or will you be just like me, another former champion downgraded to peasant? All right, now's the time we've all been waiting for. Let's talk about the matchups we have. First, we have Sam versus Paul. Now, ESPN is giving Sam almost a 10-point favorite to go into this week, a 10-point favorite to win. It was already brought up earlier in the chat this week, but the game essentially comes down to who gets the ball for each team. Who's going to be scoring that touchdown on each team, as both these teams almost have the same team, almost have the same players on the same team, but at different times. So the question is, who will get the final score? I'm predicting that we are going to stress about this one until Monday night. Can Ekeler outscore Williams, and whatever deficit there is there to get Paul through Sam and into the championship game? Unfortunately, that's going to be a no for me, dog. I think it will be close, but I think Sam's going to gain a lot of ground early, and it'll be too much to cover by Monday night. Sam moves one step closer to his crown in this one. The player to watch is Pacheco? I can never pronounce his name right. The guy who took over for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I see the Chiefs getting up early on the Seahawks and them just running the ball. He's going to get a lot of touches, so he could be a big factor as to why Sam wins this week. Next up, we have Cam versus Kevin. Cam was already predicting a victory, claiming he's going to run over Kevin, like he is Meredith from The Office. ESPN sees this game being an absolute barn burner by only giving Cam a 4-point favorite in this one. At the end of the day, the matchup comes down to this: Cam's three-headed running back monster versus the high-flying trio of wide receivers for Kevin. Unfortunately for Kevin, King Henry is going to rule the day against that last place ranked run defense of the Houston Texans. He's going to put up some crazy numbers that I don't know if it's going to be possible to come back from on that. Kevin could pull it out, but he's going to be another boom performance from somebody on his team like Zay Jones had last week, putting up 3 tutties. But at the end of the day, I'm sticking to my gut, and I'm going Cam is going to make it to the finals. Player to watch here, I'm saying, is going to be T. Higgins on Cam's team. Patriots are going to do their best to try and shut down Jamar Chase and put a heavy focus on him and Joe Mixon. So I think Higgins might be a key factor in this win this week for Cam. And here we go. The stage is set. Sam versus Cam. 1 versus 2. Good versus evil. Or evil versus eviler. Anyways, this matchup is actually very interesting. When you look ahead to next week, we see that Sam's team at every single position, even the kicker, is facing a top 10 ranked defense for their position. That makes it very interesting for Sam. Cam, on the other hand, has some tough defensive matchups as well, but he is more favorable. So, who do I pick to win here? Well, in my humble opinion, the real championship game is being played this week, and that is Sam versus Paul. This championship game is a wash. Sam, congratulations, buddy. You are going to finally shake that monkey off your back and silence all the haters, ignore all the ridicule, and you'll finally get to wear your crown as king and commissioner of the league. Well, league, that will wrap up this year's video recap for the playoffs. It's been a great year. Thank you guys so much for another great, fun year. Sorry I've only gotten one video out this year, but as you can tell, I've been a little bit busy. But then once again, thank you for a great fantasy season. And for the guys remaining left in the playoffs, remember, pick them right, keep your sleepers tight, and have a good night. Cheers, gentlemen. Best of luck throughout the playoffs. This is what I'm dealing with. You're not helpful. Good boy.